Yo, what's going on, guys? This is the build that I'll be using for some of the video. And yep, here I'm just playing on Gondola. I started growing an Achilio. I saw that this match had a trophy on him, and I needed it since I wasn't even an adult. I was still growing. So yeah, I just take the fight with him. Realistically, this guy should have took the fight with me, and but he just kept running, so I just kept tail riding him. You know, if he did take the fight with me, I would have just ran away with the trophy, if I'm being honest. That's kind of, I wasn't expecting to, keep fighting this guy, but he just wasn't giving up the trophy. And, he doesn't really have to, because he can just claw. But yeah, my only way of getting that trophy is by killing this guy, so I'll go for it. You can see, so he didn't use any of his calls, so that was another thing. So yeah. That's, if he used them, I would have done a lot less damage and he would just have been healing the whole time. But that's why you're going to see me rip and kick as well, just because rip and kick puts on bleed, and that way his heal just doesn't go through if he does use it. And yeah, and also just using it as distance. But yeah, kill the guy and get 2 trophies, can only take 1. Now at this point I've already grown my Achilio, so yeah. Now I start taking this 1v1 with the Spicnal, which honestly it's a pretty hard 1v1. Just because the Spicnal has decent turn radius, it's not the worst or precise turn. So yeah, this guy's kind of doing the right thing, just staying in place, and not running around a lot, but he's just not able to get his hits. But yeah, I use that rip and kick just to get behind him. And then a conquer comes about. And I have to be careful here because it gets a lot harder. It's a 1v2, Realistically, a Pikno should be able to beat an Achilio player, but yeah. Yeah, so I get to it, and main thing here is just take out the conch first, and you can see a patchy comes about, and this patchy ends up fighting this conch. So I start fighting this Pikno again, so it's back to a 1v1. But the conch did do some decent damage on me, and he put bleed on me, so yeah. Main thing, just to ride this guy. It's very simple. If this guy hits head slam and he hit me with a head slam, that would have been big. But he was using, I think, the horn swipe. So yeah. And here, make distance and pop the voice call just so he does less damage. So yeah. And then I decide that I'm just gonna stick it here and actually get the kill on the guy. I think I was on trophy cooldown here, but yeah, so I just couldn't get it. Here this Achilio was, they were mega packing. They were killing a Rex, and the Rex bone snapped this guy, so I just picked him off. And get the free kill on this guy, as he's already way too low. So yeah, get the free kill. And I just move on. Now this next build is another build that I use. It's more of a group build. You can still use it solo. You can tweak things around. Now I seen this Achilio here, and honestly just go for it. I get some distance so I can pop my call that gives me 15% more damage, and I get back to it. Now this guy does have a friend, and I also have a friend, but my friend is nowhere close, so it's going to turn into a 1v2. Now this guy isn't very good, but a 1v2 against the same dino is a lot harder. And this guy gets some decent hits on me, but I get behind him and start doing a lot of damage that he's just not liking. And that other guy comes back and he gets me. I could have kept running, but they would have got me in the end. Anyway, here I started fighting 2 Styrax with my, it was just me. I was trying to get these guys out of stamina, because my friend was nearby on the DAS, and you're going to see that. Yeah, and you can see he's right there. But I was just 1v2 in these Styrax. And then my friend got around on his DAS. Styrax are super weak. They used to be like a direct counter to Achilios, just because great turn radius, good damage, decent speed. They're all about the same speed. But yeah, this guy tries to charge away and he just runs himself out of stamina. I jump over his hit, as I just predicted he was going to do that, and I just let my friend do the rest because no point in me, getting any lower. Also, I get one more hit, but it didn't matter. Yeah, that guy was dead. Now here, I just start fighting these guys. They've got a Titan, Apache, and I think they've got a few other things. Not too sure. And I start fighting the Apache, and this Apache's trying to use the Titan as cover, to help him out. But yeah, and you can see they've got another Titan, so it makes it a lot harder. And my friend's on the Achilio, and I get stuck in water here, which is very unfortunate. I took a lot of damage, but I just kept going for it. And yeah, I just stay on this Apache, and we end up killing him, and I just get away and heal back up. Now this isn't the same Titan, by the way. This is a different Titan, and he's with a Spino, and this guy fought some other people, so I already knew he was low, so I could just pick this guy off, especially with bark, because I pop the bark ×2, which gives me 30% extra damage, which is really good. And then if you want to use Lone Survivor with that, you would have 40% more damage, which is pretty crazy. And that could maybe win you a 1v2 as an Achilio, but honestly I think Achilio is really good grouped, rather than solo. It's not a bad solo dino, but bark ×5 gives you 150% increased damage, which is crazy. And before you couldn't do that, before it capped out at 90, because you could only fit 3 Achilios, but now you can fit 5 Achilios in a group since they got put down a slot to now a 2 slot. So yeah, and same thing, just the usual tail raid, and yeah, the Spino, I'm not sure what the Spino's doing. He's not really much help to his Titan, and it's honestly a bit hard to hit something small that's tail raiding your friend without hitting your own friend. But yeah, now I get pretty low on stamina, so I just regain some stam, and got my stam back, and then I'm back to it. And our main thing is just juke this guy out and get behind him again, but I have to watch out for that juke. Jukes, I move with the juke, and get behind him again, and I get the kill on the guy, and they bring a dasp, and I just get away with the trophy, obviously. Now here, I just spawned in, and I seen this dasp. I take the 1v1 off him. With fights like these, you're never expecting to win these, as the dasp should never be losing to an Achilio. But it's always just good to go for it, because realistically you can just run away from the dasp if you want to, unless he gets like a bunch of shatter bites on you. Then it's a little bit harder to get away, but it's actually not a lot of people use shatter, and even then, because of the turn radius of the Achilio and the ripping kick, you probably get away. But yeah, so same thing, just tail riding this guy, never want to face tank a dasp, and he uses that heavy bite, but he barely just gets the tail, so it does no damage, and I just fold the guy. Now here I start fighting this Pycno, who isn't adult, and honestly this makes it so much harder to fight this guy. And you may think, why would a sub-adult be harder to fight sometimes? Well, because they're still a bit stronger, but they also have the turn radius that the adult doesn't have. This guy's able to hit a lot of shots on me, and the adult wouldn't be able to, because it's lack of turn radius. So yeah, and I kill the guy, and honestly I see a conk, and I could have ran away if I wanted to, but I just wanted to go for the fight. Why not? Even with low HP, just wanted to test what I can do. Yeah. And yeah, I start face tanking this guy, probably not the best idea, and I get really close to killing him now, and he just gets me. Close fight. Now moving on, I get into a really long fight with this aloe. The aloe now has a good health regeneration, so it's not like I can out heal this guy, but I was just hoping that I could outskill him, so get a lot more hits than he hits on me, and that was the plan. and I ended up fighting this guy for like 20 minutes. So yeah, and you know, he seems like a decent player. He's not the worst player, definitely better than most Aloe players. And yeah, a lot of this will be cut, like you just see me fighting and then fighting again, because a lot of it was just running around getting my stamina back, just so because bark uses a lot of stamina, so every time I pop bark I need to get that stam back. And since the Aloe's stamina changes and HP regen changes got changed, I wasn't too sure how good this thing's stam regen is. So yeah, I didn't want to get low on stam and then ran down by the Aloe. So a lot of times I just go rest and I just cut the video, as I don't want to make people watch me just sitting around. And this guy gets me pretty low. I get away, get some health. This guy's resting across from me. I jump and kick, cover distance, and get back to tail riding. I got a few hits, and then once again I just go get my stam back and some health. And this guy's constantly on the move, but I'm not getting that many hits on him to where it's making a big difference. I tried to put bleed on him to keep him in combat timer and to stop him from healing, but honestly he didn't even take that many hits, and the ripping kick doesn't do that much bleed to begin with. So yeah, this guy did a decent job of using that tail attack constantly. Just using this precise stun that a lot of players don't use their precise stun the way they should. So fair play to this guy. And same thing, just tail hit this guy, and honestly I thought to myself, even if I get a bad because these are like just resets every time that I get away from this guy and then get back into it, that's just a reset of a fight. And some resets won't go my way. Some resets I'll do really good and some I won't. So yeah, but main thing is I just thought to myself, maybe I could get this guy's food and water really low, and starve him to death if it really comes down to it. But yeah, I knew this was going to be a very long fight. It's a pretty hard fight. The Aloe's not bad in a 1v1 situation against an Achilio. But yeah, same thing, just tail riding this guy. And I get stuck on the tree here and he gets a free hit on me. I'm very, very, very low. I use that ripping kick to get out of danger. This guy doesn't have the stamina to chase me, so yeah, I just get away again, get some health back, get some stamina back, and then but the whole time I'm just near him, just watching where he goes. Just staying on him, just so he can't get away. Honestly, it looked like this guy was heading for the LBM home cave, which would have got him killed in the end, because I would have just killed him through home cave debuff. But yeah, now after this another Achilio comes about, and I thought it was his teammate, and luckily it wasn't. It was just a random Achilio, and he joins my team. But I'm not gonna lie to you, he literally did nothing. He didn't even land a single hit on this Aloe. So it was literally just a 1v1 between me and this Aloe, and that Achilio did nothing. The Aloe crossed the water, and he didn't think that I would, and I did cross the water, and I caught him fully resting, and I get the damage on him. So yeah, if he didn't rest there, I probably honestly wouldn't have killed him. Maybe with this Achilio, maybe. But honestly, that Achilio seemed very bad. He didn't land a single shot on this Aloe. So I doubt it, but yeah.